Basically, I'm going to be talking about Shopify in this video because I've got so many emails about Shopify. So I figured that's the biggest question that you guys are asking. So I'll try to answer every single one of the questions that I got. So the first question was about how much it cost and how I got started using Shopify. So the price of Shopify is, for me, because I pay monthly, is $30. It's about $29.99, something like that. So it's $30 a month. But if you have the money up front, I do suggest getting like a yearly plan. It does have a 10-day trial at first, so you can just set it up and kind of play around with it. But you can't make any sales until you actually purchase a plan. So I would definitely suggest going with the yearly plan if you're sure that you're going to stay with Shopify. If you're just kind of trying it out, try the $30 a month plan because you can cancel it at any time. On the 21st of every month is when you'll get paid your $30 a month or whatever plan you pick. So that's just how I guess the payment of it works. So they don't charge you shipping on each thing that you sell. Okay, so say the eyelashes are $10 that I sell, I'll get $10 deposit into my bank account. They don't charge me for shipping right there and then, but they do add it in your lump sum of how much you have to pay monthly. So I didn't know that at first. I guess I didn't read the small print, but basically what happens is they'll take all your shipping and kind of put it into one and charge you that whole amount at the end of the month, or if it exceeds $200, I think, they'll charge you. So that's including your Shopify plan. So it's the $30 a month if that's your plan, plus all your shipping fees. Once it hits $200, they'll charge you. So they never let it go over $200. That's something that took me by surprise at first because I didn't even think to check where the shipping was coming from or why I wasn't being charged shipping. And then I didn't know that they just kind of charge you all of a sudden like that. But so yeah, it kind of took me off guard. But basically, you can check your monthly balance at any time and it'll let you know like what the limit is, so you'll know when to they're gonna take the money out of your bank account next, if that makes sense. So after you pay for whatever plan that you pick, you can start making sales, assuming that you've already set up your website. If you haven't, I'll try to make some tutorials on how to help you guys set up the website. It was pretty easy as long as your laptop runs fast. You can't really set up too much. You can't really set up a lot of things on your iPad or your iPhone or whatever. You have to mainly use like a laptop. So if your laptop works fast, then it's gonna be no problem. I'll make tutorials showing you guys how I set up my website, which I'm gonna be changing pretty soon because I'm kind of tired of it. So that's another thing. You can set up everything completely on your own. You don't need to pay for anything. They do have themes that you can pay for if you just want them to kind of set it up. So basically you can go through the themes that they have and you can kind of customize it and make it your own. So that's like something good to think about if you're not really into all the web design and stuff like that. But like I said, you can do all the setting up within your 10-day free trial. It's either 10 days or 15 days, but you can do all the setting up within those days just to kind of get yourself used to it. So while you're setting up your website, you do want to buy a domain just because it looks more professional. You don't really want it to say theprettyglamBoutique.shopify.com. It's just a lot to think about. So I bought a domain. Mine was $14 for a whole year. So that's like a really good deal because I've seen them like 20. My dog's drinking water. Okay, so like I was saying, so yeah, you do want to buy a domain just because it looks a lot more professional and it's really cheap. It's only like $14 a month. I think last time I said it was $10, but I believe it's $14 a month, and you can do that through Shopify. So they'll just bill you once your whole, did I say a month? I meant it's $14 a year. So once that year is up, they can bill you through Shopify and it'll be no problem. I know I was looking at domains on GoDaddy.com and I think on Wix, and a lot of them were really expensive, which I don't know why, but mine is legit. You can go to www.theprettyglamBoutique.com and it'll take you directly to my website. So getting on the front page of Google and within the first searches on Google is a little bit more hard to explain, but if you guys want me to get into a video on that, I will. But it does take a lot of time and a lot of tagging, and it just takes time to get on the front page. You can pay to be on the front page, I think, but to legitimately be on the front page, I think it's going to take a little bit more time. Just like, it depends on how many people search your website, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I have to really do more research on that. But just sticking to the Shopify subject. So what did I do? Okay, so I set up my website. I played around with my website. Then I bought the domain. Then I found a plan and I bought that. Okay, and then I started to put everything on my website. They also have a they have it so that you can weigh it. You're gonna need a scale if you're shipping from your house. If you're taking it to the post office and shipping it, then you don't really need a scale, but it's a lot easier to ship from home, and it's also a lot cheaper. So definitely you're gonna want to get boxes, just the brown boxes, because a lot of the times your stuff isn't going to weigh as much as priority mail, and sending it in a priority mail box is going to cost $12 when it could have cost you $6. So it's just easy way to save money. Another thing is, when you weigh the products on, you can weigh the products on your own, and then you will enter it in Shopify and they'll tell you the rate, the shipping rates. So it kind of takes care of that for you if you need to. I'll do a whole video on that also, like of me recording the screen, like showing you guys what I do when I get an order and how it looks and stuff like that, if you want me to. So yeah, you're just going to want to weigh out your products, list them on your website, and make sure that you include the shipping rate. Make sure that you include any disclaimers. Like, so yeah, you will definitely get in trouble selling counterfeit items on Shopify, and you don't even want to risk doing that. So make sure that the stuff that you're selling is all private label, or if you're reselling something, like reselling LA Girl or reselling Ruby Kisses or any type of product like that, that you got permission from the vendor and you ask them if you can sell their product on your website. Another thing to do is to make sure that you fill out your frequently asked questions part on Shopify. That'll just be like, how long does shipping take, and you can put it there just so that way you can take care of all the questions. And if people have any questions, or sometimes somebody, this hasn't happened to me because I really try to have good customer service, but sometimes somebody might say, oh well, I paid for this shipping but it took longer than I thought, like what can I do? And you can kind of tell them, go to the frequently asked questions page, and it tells you all about shipping and stuff like that. Just kind of cover your own self so that you don't get into any kind of, I guess, problems. So another thing that I've seen a lot of questions and emails about, you girls wanting to start your own lip gloss company, and that's so cool. Like, I wish I knew how to make lip gloss good enough to sell. I mean, I know how to make it for myself, but so for that, you're definitely going to want to fill out, it'll be a description about each product, and you're going to want to fill out that it's homemade, you made it yourself. Make sure you list all the ingredients, because you never know, like I said, somebody might be allergic to something that you put in there. So you definitely want to make sure that you have everything set up the way that all the ingredients in every product. You sign up with Shopify, you set up an email, and I do recommend making a completely new email dedicated to your store only. Don't link it with your normal Gmail or anything like that. You want to have an email completely for Shopify, just so it's more neat and you don't get things confused. So once you get an order, Shopify is going to email you, or if you have the app, they'll send you a notification, and it's just going to tell you the quantity that the person ordered and the price. It's going to have, once you click on the admin version of Shopify, it's going to have how many people visit your site. It's going to have how many live viewers you have. It's going to have your total sales for the day, and it will have your unfulfilled orders. So you'll click on unfulfilled, you'll click on ordered and then unfulfilled, and then it'll give you the option to fulfill the order. Once you do, you have to send it out that day, because it's going to email the customer that you shipped out today, and it's going to print you a shipping label for that day. So the longest you can go is maybe shipping it out the next day, but I definitely recommend shipping it out that day when you told your customer. So that's why it's a little bit more easier to use, just because when I was just selling through PayPal, I kind of had to email the person their tracking number and tell them that I already shipped out their item with Shopify. As soon as I print the shipping label, they send an email to my customer letting them know that I sent out the order and the day that they can expect it on. So now getting into the payment section of Shopify, if you have your PayPal set up with Shopify, you can also set up a Stripes account. I don't know how that works because I'm not a Stripes user, so I don't know. But you can also set up a Stripe account. But I like to use PayPal. If a person goes through checkout using PayPal, you'll get your money automatically through PayPal. But if they use a credit card or debit card, any kind of card, you're gonna get it 2 to 3 days later. Shopify always, like, they'll let it pile up within 2 to 3 days, and then they'll send it to you all at once. So, and it's only Monday through Friday, so that's the part that sucks also, because if it's the weekend, you're pretty much out of luck until the next weekday. Sometimes it has, the longest it took was 4 days to get money transferred into my bank account, but I mean, that's just how it is on websites where you're selling stuff. It kind of needs a day or two to collect it all together and make sure that that person doesn't want to cancel their order or anything, and then they'll send it off to you. So how refunds would work is, say your customer will email you telling you that they weren't happy with the product, or maybe they'll tell you that they ordered the wrong thing and you need to give them a refund. It's easy to give a refund. On the page that you sent out the order, it will have all your customers' information, what they paid, and the shipping that they paid and everything, and they'll have an option to give a full refund, a partial refund, a shipping refund, so it's easy to just refund a customer. There's also a section when you're in the admin version of it, like basically the behind the scenes setting up your website area. There's a section that says discounts. So say it's a summer sale, you can put summer sale and create a discount, and you can put like 5% off, $5 off, $1 off, free shipping, whatever your discount, whatever you want your discount to be, you can put that, and then you can send an email out to all your customers letting them know that you have a sale going on, and or on your social media you can put what kind of discount you're having or anything like that. So, which I think that's pretty cool, because say you wanted to send your product to a big YouTuber whose name is Dorothy, I don't know, I see the Wizard of Oz poster, so say her name is Dorothy and you want to send her a product, you can create a discount code called Dorothy, and all her followers and supporters can get, all they have to do is go to your website, order whatever she recommended, use the code Dorothy, and they will get a discount off of their purchase. So it's really easy to set up. I love that part of it because it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a way to give back to customers, so I really love doing like discounts throughout the months. So this video isn't sponsored by Shopify. I don't work with Shopify, but that's the only thing that I use, so it's really the only thing that I can base my information off of. I'm still kind of new at it. I still have a lot of things that I could work on, like as far as tagging and getting it more higher ranked on the Google page. One thing that I have noticed is that you do get the most sales on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm guessing those are like paydays for most people, so definitely put some discount codes or do most of your social promoting for yourself on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Those are the 3 most busiest days. And also during Christmas time was obviously a busy time, and that's pretty much all I could base it off of so far. Like, I've only been selling stuff and creating my website, I think it's been since August. So I had the idea in February and I started selling in August, and so far it's been really good. The only problem that I'm having is getting enough stuff. Like, it takes a while for all this stuff to get to me, so it's just kind of hard keeping up with everything, if that makes sense. But yeah.